It has been about 2 years now that I've been making raw denim and fashion content on YouTube. But while I am proud to say that I've been a fashion and raw denim YouTuber for 2 years, I am also even more proud to say that I've been a subscriber to the raw denim and men's fashion sector on YouTube for even longer. There were so many channels that inspired me to make this channel and to embark on my own journey when it came to the raw denim YouTube content creation, and that eventually evolved into the men's fashion content as a whole that we do today. And you know, it's been a while since I've really spoken about the community and how much I appreciate the men's fashion community for welcoming me with open arms and for treating me basically like family from day one. Even when I was nobody, I still feel like I'm nobody, but literally from the inception of this channel. And you know, I want to pay it forward, and this is a series that I kind of want to do regularly. I want to show you guys all of the content that I consume, all of the creators that I love, and the videos that I watch. Because at the end of the day, the fashion community is a community for a reason. Without the community, we don't have the fashion, quite honestly. I have had the pleasure of meeting a couple of my favorite creators in real life, as well as some of my favorite brand owners. There's just been so much that I have to feel appreciative about, and I want to showcase exactly where I get my information, what I consume on my off time, the creators that I really respect, and hopefully you guys can support them as much as I support them. So with that, starting off with number one, this is a gentleman that I actually have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, unfortunately. Hopefully one day, it is a dream of mine that I will be able to and sit down and talk fashion and denim with him. But that channel, or that gentleman in specific, is CeeAreDee. And CeeAreDee is a YouTube channel, for those who don't know, that is dedicated to heritage style menswear, things that age well, things that look better over time, things that kind of transcend trends, so to speak, and they kind of bob and weave through every single style, don't necessarily adhere to one thing, but can basically apply to any look that is popular at any given time. Probably one of my comfort channels. I love watching his videos. I even love going back and rewatching some of his older stuff. He doesn't post as much as he used to, but I still, like I said, love watching the older stuff that he's posted. It's a gold mine of information there, and you know, hopefully he gets back to the point where he can post regularly. But I know that he just had a daughter, and you know, and I wholeheartedly respect him for being a full-time father and kind of putting YouTube to the side. But you know, I always loved his channel. I love his channel to this day. He still does upload from time to time, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely make sure to check him out. Everything raw denim, everything heritage style, CeeAreDee has it, and hopefully one day I get to meet this fine gentleman. Maybe we can get him on the channel, or maybe I can get on his. I don't know, but you know, that is a dream of mine, and definitely make sure you check out CeeAreDee. Another one of my favorite channels I actually discovered pretty recently, although it does seem that he has been uploading for quite a while now. That man's name is James Herlihy, or Herlihy. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce your last name, but his name is James, and his channel is incredible. I kind of equate him in my head to like the lo-fi of the men's fashion community. It's very easy listening, very calm, very aesthetic, and you know, it's not too, I know that my channel can be very aggressive with styles and colors and color grading and the way that I shoot, but James applies a lot more of a cinematic, simplistic approach to his channel, which is something that I appreciate because it feels very different from what I do, and it's something that I love to watch. I think that he's great with styling. I think that he's great and very articulate with his explanations, and he's not like overly consumed with fashion. He also does like a lot of lifestyle stuff, which is cool, because at the end of the day, do clothes really mean anything if you're not applying the lifestyle to them? If you're not wearing them in your everyday life, does it become meaningless? You know what I mean? What I love about James's channel is that he exemplifies applying meaning and applying his own lifestyle to his wardrobe, instead of letting his wardrobe dictate his lifestyle and dictate his shopping habits. And one thing that I really respect about him is that he doesn't feel the need, sometimes like I do and sometimes like other fashion creators do, he doesn't feel the need to buy something just because he went somewhere. I know in his latest video, at least at the time of this recording, he was talking about how he went to New York and he felt like he was satisfied with his wardrobe, and he really didn't feel the need to purchase anything. And you know, it takes a lot of not just mental fortitude, but also understanding of your wardrobe, the way that your style works, and just your overall comfort in your aesthetic. That's something that I really respect. I I love his channel, and you should definitely check it out if you want something that's a lot slower paced than my channel or other channels that you might find, and something that's a lot more easily approachable, something that's a lot more friendly. Next up, we got another one of my favorite channels, another one that actually inspired me to make this channel in and of itself. Drew Joyner is someone that I do look up to when it comes to the YouTube space as well as the men's fashion space. This is someone who has a very similar story to mine in terms of self-educating yourself and doing so much research on the art of Japanese Americana as well as heritage style, and blending that together with knowledge of streetwear, modern fashions, and where things are going in the industry right now, which you don't really see in the heritage style space. You don't really see this blend, and Drew Joyner, I feel like, is very adjacent when it comes to this channel. They're one and the same, so to speak, in terms of category, although I will say that he does a lot more different styles of content than I do, which is cool. You know, he does street interviews, and he also talks about things that are going on in the world. I don't particularly do that. It's not my forte. I'm not all that educated in that stuff. I specifically stick to fashion, and if you want just nothing but raw, unadulterated fashion, then of course this is the channel for you. Again, you should always support other creators, multiple creators, and Drew Joyner is one of those. And I love the way that he shoots. I love the way that he speaks. He connects with his audience very well. He loves you guys. I've met him quite a few times in real life, and he's just great. Every time I see him, it's like that friend who you haven't seen for years, but you could just pick up where you left off, and we don't even talk about fashion all the time. We talk about things like anime and video games and food and just stuff like that. You know, he's literally like just a regular friend to me, which is so cool, you know, because sometimes when you talk about fashion all day, especially at my job, sometimes you just want to kind of like relax and talk about other things. And, you know, I feel like I can really do that with Drew while also sharing the similarities of conducting a YouTube channel and having all of this knowledge. It's also great to have someone like that to bounce knowledge off of. So definitely check out Drew Joyner if you guys want something that's a little bit more on the post-heritage style, a little bit more streetwear, fashion forward, like super modern stuff. I would definitely say that he dresses very trendy. I do too. And I love that. He's very artsy. I'm also a very artsy gentleman, which is why I love his channel, and oftentimes I look to it for inspiration and ideas for this channel, as well as I use him for some of my own references for my outfits. I mean, granted, I do with all of these guys, but him in specific, I really like the way that he puts his stuff together. So definitely check out Drew Joyner if you haven't checked him out yet. Next up, I want to talk about probably one of the first YouTube channels that really got me into this whole space in the beginning, and actually it started off as a blog, if I'm not mistaken. It is the Stridewise channel, which is a channel dedicated to raw selvedge denim jeans, but primarily boots as well. Just high quality luxury footwear, which is really cool. I mean, I never realized how big that space was until I watched Stridewise's channel. I love Nick. Those of you who know, who have been on this channel before, Nick has been a recurring character on the Alejandro Jomar channel. I've also been a recurring character on the Stridewise channel, and it's just been so much fun. Nick himself, I do not think there are enough good words in the dictionary to describe the kind of gentleman that Nick is. I love Nick. He is literally one of the closest friends that I have in the fashion space. Granted, I know we don't talk every day. I'm sorry, Nick. The thing is, we're both very busy, especially him. He's traveling all over the world to deliver you guys super high quality content, which is so cool. He meets even more industry professionals than I do, literally, without a doubt, you know, miles and leaps and bounds more than I do. And that's why his channel is such a great place to start, especially if you're just getting into this, and if you're just getting into heritage style, just getting into boots, just getting into jeans. Nick over at Stridewise is the best place without a doubt to start, to gather your information, because like I said, not only is he an industry professional himself, but he will also check and recite sources and have them physically on camera for his videos of other industry professionals that are actually making your clothes, and have them on the channel, chop it up with them, interview them. And that is such a valuable gold mine of information for anybody who wants to get into fashion, or anybody who wants to know how the industry works and just how things are really done when it comes to high quality luxury artisanal clothing making. Meeting Nick over at Stridewise for the first time was literally in my head like meeting a celebrity. He is a celebrity, you know what I mean? And it was incredible, and I'm so thankful and appreciative to be in Nick Stridewise's circle. No, that is not his last name. I always make that mistake, but you know, it's so funny. I literally have him saved in my phone as literally Nick Stridewise. I thought it was his last name a while ago, but that's neither here nor there. He is a wonderful gentleman, and if you take anything from this list, please go and watch his channel. I love him so much, and you guys will too, I promise. Another channel that I really love, and is a channel that I feel like is horribly slept on by the community, In Denim is one of the most educated in the world, in my opinion, and I've been across the globe literally and have spoken to a lot of industry professionals when it comes to denim, but the sheer amount of knowledge that Denim has, he's literally encyclopedic when it comes to Levi's, vintage Levi's, the history. I literally often cite him all the time for the information that I get when it comes to the company of Levi's, how denim was made, how jeans were made. I mean, he goes all the way back. I mean, dude has gone back before Levi's even, from what I remember. I'm pretty sure he has a video where he talks about how denim in and of itself was invented. But dude, I mean, Denim is a channel that you should definitely treat yourself to if you have the time, because if you really want to know the nitty-gritty of what goes on with Levi's, what makes Levi's so special, and kind of how Levi's deteriorated over time, Denim is definitely the best place, in my opinion, when it comes to learning about the history of jeans itself. Not just Japanese denim, not just Indonesian denim, not just Indian denim, but literally from the inception of what denim was when it was invented in Nîmes and then went over to the Americas, and the whole Levi's dry goods store came about. All of this stuff. I mean, Denim is literally one of my favorite channels. I watch him to this day. Den, I love you, brother. We've never met in real life. We barely even talked, but I love your channel. Hopefully you get to see this. Seriously though, guys, if you can watch Denim, definitely check him out too. Another channel that I find myself frequenting as of late is the Iron Snail channel. Michael over at the Iron Snail is another one of those gentlemen who self-educated and became an industry professional in his own right, and is also someone who connects very well with his community. He makes his own garments, and one thing that's very unique about him is he documents the process of how he's starting his own fashion line from scratch, which is something that I appreciate, and it's really cool to see his thought process behind it, while also talking about how much he loves other brands, which is something that you'll never see another brand do. The Iron Snail is a diamond in the rough, although he is pretty big now, but I've been watching him for a couple of years now, and you know, it's impressive to see the growth. It's impressive to see the Iron Snail come to life, because I remember when the jacket, the Iron Snail Prologue jacket, which is his first raw denim jacket, I remember when it was just an idea, when it was just a sketch, and when he went to go and visit Bezad and Naked and Famous and all of these industry professionals for the first time, when he was looking to source. I remember all of this, and it's so cool to see how far he has come. I hope to continue watching him to grow even more and more, and I love his channel. Him and I have never met. He probably doesn't even know I exist. That's cool, that's fine, but I love his channel. I love him. I think he's wonderful. Definitely make sure to check out the Iron Snail if you guys have not checked him out already. Now for the last channel that I want to recommend, and it's a little bit of a curveball because it's more of a brand than a YouTuber, although you can also argue that the brand is more the people that runs the brand. Essentially what I'm talking about is the Wonderlooper channel. Now a lot of you guys know who Wonderlooper is, and there are also a lot of you guys who don't know what Wonderlooper is, and for those guys who don't know, I want to introduce you to a gold mine of information, a gold mine when it comes to two people who are, again, encyclopedic in their own right, but who are also just some of the kindest, most wonderful, beautiful people in the world. Some of the best people that I have ever met in my entire life. Bezad and Lisa over at Wonderlooper do weekly live streams every Friday, I believe at 8 p.m. Eastern, and they're literally one of the only brands, if not the only brand that I know of, that will include their customers literally in the process of creating stuff and how things are made, how things should be made. And in turn, you guys learn so much about what it takes to create a line of knits, what even is a knit, what is a woven, what is suriyami fabric, what even is yarn, like stuff like that. Like, you really get down to base level stuff with them, and they explain it so well in a fun and enjoyable way because of their personality. They are not only industry colleagues to me, but they are friends, dear friends, I would say, who I've had on the channel before as well. It's been so much fun to spend time with them in Japan. I will be doing it again next year when I go, so of course stay tuned for that. But Behzad and Lisa will not only answer questions on their own brand, but I mean, you can talk about literally anything fashion with them, and they will explain to you how the fashion industry really works, why a lot of this is a facade of smoke and mirrors, and things of that nature. Behzad and Lisa over at Wonderlooper, one of the best channels in the world, and I wholeheartedly recommend that. Even if you know who they are but have never checked out their live streams, I think you should definitely check their live streams out. You can put their notifications on and tell them Alejandro said hi. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I know this is pretty different from what we usually do, but I like to think that I am a man of the people, and I want to spread the love to all of my colleagues, all of my friends in the industry. It's important that all of us succeed, and at the end of the day, we all bring something different, and I am very cognizant of that. And you know, a wise man once told me, one of my best friends once told me, you know, rising tides raise all ships. And I think that, you know, if I succeed and they succeed, we all succeed much more. I think there's not enough of this sharing of love without being asked, you know, unprovoked, just, you know, shine, if you will. It's very important to me that all of my colleagues succeed as well as my channel succeeds. And you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if there's any channels that I missed, any channels that you want to recommend to me, or if you want to see a part 2 to this video, and if you want me to include TikTokers as well, because there are some TikTokers that I really like, definitely let me know down in the comments, and I will work on that as soon as possible. But yeah, guys, anyways, with that being said, my Japanese men's fashion documentary is almost done. I will be dropping a trailer pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for the wait. I know I've been talking about this documentary for months. It is literally the hardest thing that I've ever had to do, and you know, I've given up being a perfectionist on it. I just want to get it out, but it looks and sounds so cool, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. It should be coming either at the end of this month or at the beginning of next month, most likely the end of this month though. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned on that, and with that being said, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next week.